Moving on to Ms. Naqvi. With your global experience in fintech, corporate finance, entrepreneurship, and impact investments, how has that shaped your view on Pakistan's current investment landscape?
Thank you, Ruba. I think so. Throughout my finance career in the last 25 years, I've been on different sides of the table, and I think it helped me see perspectives from a different side. And so, being with a large corporate bank, working with large multinationals, you get to see the top tier of businesses, whether it's whether it's corporates or Pakistani companies. Working in impact investment, you go into bastis and you look at mass market and you understand how do people, the majority of Pakistanis, make decisions about where their money goes. And then having worked as in a startup myself, you get to see the hustle, the jugaad, what is needed on the ground to actually make small businesses go from one step to the other. So I think for me, that perspective has helped me look at Pakistan in a very positive way because I see the potential. First of all, I see the need. And I see that there are gaps and that means that there are opportunities. And so then you look at the potential of where we can actually get to as a country, as an economy. There's a lot that has been done in the last few years. There's a lot that is being done right now. And yet there's so much more that we can all do. So I think, we'll echo what Samir was saying earlier in terms of the opportunity to just build in Pakistan. And I think just because I've sort of personally had an opportunity to be on different sides of the table, I see that there is a lot of problems to solve. There are a lot of gaps in the market. But that also means that there is an open playing field for people that want to come and build in the country, want to address some of these large opportunities and build for Pakistani people and then build for outside as well. So I think definitely very bullish long term on Pakistan. I will echo what Samir was saying earlier. It's not about making a quick buck and moving out of the country. It's not about saying I'm going to invest today, acha kal dekha jayega, in 2 years I'm out. We are long-term investors, and so when you see several cycles come and go, you start realizing that with each cycle there's maybe 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, but then you eventually get out of that cycle. And so even with Pakistan, we're very bullish on long-term where this country is going to go and what all we can all build over here. So hence investing in companies that are super early stage, which are possibly much higher risk than later stage companies that are more established. But because we feel like we have this open green field in front of us and we want to take advantage of it.
Okay. Touching upon your last answer, with your involvement in I2I, Investor Innovate, in tech startups and market research, do you believe that Pakistan's current startup ecosystem makes it an attractive destination for foreign investors?
If you had asked me the same question 2 years ago, I would have talked about how fast that market is growing. And literally between 2019 and 2022, 2021, Pakistani startups raised more than 5x year on year. And so there was a lot of attention in coming into Pakistan. There were a lot of outside investors looking at Pakistan, but they were also mirroring a global trend where people were moving out of markets where interest rates were tighter, markets were tighter, and looking at alpha or an opportunity to make money in markets like ours. So for a while, markets like Pakistan and Pakistan were kind of the flavor of the month for a year or two. Since the economy globally has tightened, that has actually slowed down, and we're showing the same in our country. But at the same time, I do believe in the long-term startup potential of Pakistan. I think our ecosystem is very new. And so it does happen that 1 or 2 failures will come and everybody says, oh, this is going to end very soon and why have you put in our money and everyone's going to lose their money. Those are blips and those happen in all markets. It's just that our market hasn't seen enough of those cycles for us to know that they will come and they will go. And so again, early stage venture investors understand that you invest in high risk, high return markets. So if you're taking certain risks, you're expecting certain return. And once we start seeing healthy exits in startups in Pakistan, once we start seeing investors that have come in today make good money in the next 5 to 6 years, I feel like that interest in Pakistan will get reignited. And at the same time, I think there is a need for Pakistani investors to step up, to bridge that gap where maybe international investors are not that bullish. But again, picking up on what Samir was saying earlier, regional investors are continuing to look at Pakistan. We're looking at what's happening in MENA, for example, and with SIFC and a lot of commitments that are coming in. So I think to say that investors are as excited about Pakistan at an international level may not be fair. I think there has been a slowdown, but I don't think that that's indicative of where we're going and what's going to come in the next few years.
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।